How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's another match day in Premier League, and mind you, it's a huge one. It's the men versus men. It's the tactician versus the tactician. It's once again Thomas Tuchel versus Pep Guardiola. And boy, you know, if you follow Premier League football, these are the kind of the games that you eventually go to stake a claim that will definitely march over you and climb on the top of the table and maybe win the title. So, chance for maybe one of these teams again, and this time it's Chelsea, informed Chelsea, and Man City, who have kind of an up and down start to the Premier League campaign, but nevertheless they are Man City. So without waiting, let's roll into the match preview and of course discuss about this game. So talking about the battle of the managers, actually, Thomas Tuchel versus Pep Guardiola, it has been going out throughout the years, but recently Thomas Tuchel's side seemed to have a number of Man City and Pep Guardiola and have upset them twice, mind you, in Premier League, in FA Cup semi-final, and the biggest of all, that is Champions League final. It might have definitely hurt City emotionally, psychologically, in every bit, but it is what it is. But nevertheless, it's new Premier League, season, and City are renewed with their back spirits. And then again, City have had an up and down start to the season and they have failed to buy a new striker, a central one. And this could be a very important factor while deciding this game. So keep an eye on this point, because Chelsea have gone out and bought Romelu Lukaku for 98.3 million. And they don't seem to be shy of scoring goals right now. So this will be a great game definitely. And now focusing on the game in particular, it will be N'Golo Kante versus Kevin De Bruyne. It will be Azpilicueta versus Jack Grealish. And it will be Romelu Lukaku versus Ruben Dias. And I'm really looking forward to it. The duels that I've mentioned are phenomenal and the game will be so eye-catching. It could be one of the games of the season, if not actually the game of the season maybe. But it is definitely up there. And now talking about some injuries. Injuries, man, you know, it's like that. It's in football, so we have to talk about it. And oh boy, it hurts definitely when it is to your core group. Like Chelsea had injury on Kante a few games back, but he's back and fit, and I think he'll definitely start 2 games in a row now properly. And for Chelsea, we have Mason Mount out and we have Christian Pulisic out. Thomas Tuchel mentioned Mason Mount played through an injury during the game against Aston Villa in the League Cup, so he definitely is out. And Pulisic still not recovered from his full injury. And then again on City's side, Pep Guardiola didn't go into details, but he said that we have a few players still sidelined, and we'll be, of course, getting a day-to-day assessment whether these players will be able to play against Chelsea or no. So that is the news from Man City's camp. But nevertheless, both of these teams are still capable of fielding their decent lineups. So lineups, that is our next part, predicting the lineup. So guys, now talking about the lineup. Lineup is a very crucial part of the game, right? Lineup, we'll talk about Chelsea, then we'll talk about Man City. Home side, then away side. Chelsea in the back post. Mendy is back. Mind you, Mendy was injured, missed 2 last games, but Thomas Tuchel has declared him fit. He'll be starting between the sticks. And in the defense, we have Rudiger, Christensen, Thiago Silva. And then again, these guys will stick there because against Tottenham, they were phenomenal. Thiago Silva, 37 years young, exceptional performance against Spurs. So he's definitely going to start. And likewise for the right-hand side, because these 3 guys are there, Azpilicueta will still be there because he performed phenomenally against Spurs. And I don't think Reece James comes in soon after that big performance against Spurs. So Azpi is on the right side. On the left side, we have Marcos Alonso. As bad as I feel for Chilwell, but there is nothing wrong with playing Marcos Alonso here because he has been superb so far. And why fix something that is not broken? So he starts. And in the midfield, we have Kante and Jorginho. And there is no better news to Chelsea fans' ears that N'Golo Kante is back fit and he'll play. So here he is, and he'll run the engine of Chelsea Football Club in the midfield. And on the top, we have the replacement of Mason Mount in the form of a number 10, that is Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech, of course, played in the League Cup as well, but I think he'll definitely start because I don't think Thomas Tuchel will take a risk of playing Havertz, Werner and Lukaku together. So Hakim Ziyech it is on the number 10 position. And up top, we have 2 strikers, that will be Havertz and Romelu Lukaku. Havertz, of course, we know what he is capable of doing against Man City. So Havertz, Champions League final goal, I remember it, and he's definitely going to start it. And Romelu Lukaku, is this even a debate? He starts. Romelu Lukaku is their main man. And now shifting towards Man City's lineup. Man City's lineup, of course, they'll play a classic 4-3-3. Good news for them is De Bruyne is back fit. And of course, he played in the League Cup game and he basically got some minutes in the tank so that he could play against Chelsea. So start from back then, Ederson. On the front side, on the defense, we have Ruben Dias and Laporte. And maybe it could have been John Stones, but I don't think John Stones will play because of one reason. John Stones right now is injured and Guardiola hasn't confirmed it that he'll be available actually to play or not. So Laporte and of course Ruben Dias still very solid. On the left side, Cancelo. On the right side, Kyle Walker. They're staple defenders because They don't trust Zinchenko, of course, in big games sometimes. But yeah, Cancelo is their preferred choices. And this time, Guardiola will definitely play a CDM against Chelsea. And it will be Rodri. And on the left side, it will be De Bruyne. And on the right side, it will be Gundogan. So it will be a proper midfield with a holding midfielder so that they can actually have some cover for the centre halves, unlike the Champions League final where they actually messed it up. So a big up for them if they go for this lineup in the midfield. And on the front, we have, of course, the three guys left. One will be left side, Jack Grealish, center, because they have no striker, Ferran Torres. On the right side, who? Riyad Mahrez. No Raheem Sterling, unfortunately, because I don't think that he'll get a look on the playing right side, because Riyad Mahrez coming in from, of course, his preferred foot side, cutting inside, trying to call it around Chelsea, maybe Mendy. I think Riyad Mahrez starts on the right wing spot over Sterling. That is his best position there. So that is both the teams lineup, and let's see what happens tomorrow and decide the score predictions next. So guys, as the lineup is done, let's talk about the score predictions. It will be a very intense tactical and physical battle, but nevertheless, we have to pick a winner. But I'm just going to sit on the fence and say it will be 1 for Chelsea, 1 for Man City, and the points will be shared at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League. A lot of people will say Chelsea are favourites and they'll prevail over Man City, but you can never count out Pep Guardiola and their Man City side. They might come up with something that you're not expecting. So we have to acknowledge them as well. So with that, let me say that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Your love and support always means a lot. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post quality videos almost every day. And of course, I'll see you guys on the next day live stream when we'll be watching Chelsea versus Man City tomorrow.